What's up? How y'all doing? Hopefully y'all can hear me. Hopefully everything's going all right with y'all. I disagree with the decision. I disagree with that decision. Share. Yeah, share. Disagree. Disagree with that. No, I didn't cover that, Drizzy. Gotcha. In the messenger. Gotcha. Gotcha. John Bill. Disagree. Disagree with that. White line, Brian. JammyChapman.com. Travis Tater Tot, Vicky, Chris. How y'all doing over there? For 2 shows in a row. Back to back. 2 days in a row. What's going on? Jamie must be sick. I got a fever. I got a fever. I can't help it. Disagree with that? Disagree. Who's your president, Jamie? Donald Trump. Ask me again. Donald Trump. All right, we got that shared out over here. Hello, Gibson. Trump will be live tonight at 8, Gibson said. Sherry, how you doing? Shelly Moorhead, how you doing, girl? Russell, what's up? Not much. Just figured we'd do another show today. Back to back. This is for Frank. We had to do 2 back to back for Frank. Yeah, Frank was going crazy yesterday. Let's see what's up with that. What's it doing? I don't know. Shelly Moore, Rhonda, what's going on, Rhonda? We're just going to read the news. Talk about what's going on in the news. That condo down there in Florida, they're talking about demolishing it before the hurricane comes in. I think they said they're going to blow it up. Miami-Dade mayor signs local state of emergency as tropical storm Elsa barrels toward Florida, posing threat to Miami condo rescue. Because they're still looking for people trapped in that building that fell in on itself. Yeah, okay. French fries. Who wants a French fry? Better start paying attention. French fries everywhere. Let's see what we got over here. Let's see what my man Drizzy sent me. Uh-oh. Oh, they tore down. Oh, Lord, they done tore down Queen Victoria. Hold up, them bitches done tore down. Hold up, they done tore down Queen Victoria's thing. I think this is in Canada. Here the house, the demonic house. Queen Victoria statue toppled in Manitoba on Canada Day.
The biggest stories.
Because she runs Canada. Queen Victoria does. Yep. Let's see what we got here. We got the circle back girl.
Place. I'll also note, because you've asked this, and the president.
Let's turn it up a little bit so we can hear what she's got to say. Circle back girl, Jen Pastanky. Pastanky.
Ran on, most importantly, did not run on defunding the police. He's always opposed defunding the police. I'll also note, because you've asked this question before, or a few times over the last several days, that when we talk about individuals in Congress and their support for funding or opposition to funding for the police, I think what the American people are most focused on is how people vote, what their record is, which is a public record. And I will note that while the president ran on and won the most votes of any candidate in history on a platform of boosting funding for law enforcement after Republicans spent decades trying to cut the COPS program, which again is public record. We don't need to undervalue the intelligence of the American people. The president ran on increasing that funding. It's in his budget. In President Trump's budget, he significantly cut that. So that's a change. And the president ran on, most importantly.
So what she's trying to say is that the conservatives, the Republicans, are against funding the police. After you can go and watch all of these snippets of pundits, talking heads, AOC and her squad, the four horsemen, and they happen to be women. The four horsewomen of destruction that's on America right now is, I don't understand how these bitches got elected to office. Yeah, I do, because we got a bunch of dumbasses in America. That's how they got elected. Well, you got to elect them, they're a woman and they're a person of color. I'm electing them because they're a person of color and they're a woman. Well, that don't make them smart. Well, Jamie, you can't do it. You're saying, what are you saying, Jamie? You heard what I said. You heard what I said. What did I do? What the hell did I undo? Uh-oh. What'd you do, Jamie? I don't know. I'm just clicking buttons and taking names. Now, a teenage motorcyclist is shot dead during a road rage incident in Texas after he pulled a gun on a driver who cut him off. He's shot dead during a road rage incident on Texas highway after he pulled a gun on a driver who cut him off. So he pulled a gun on somebody, and somebody shot his ass. It's normally what happens. Keep your gun in your holster unless you want to use it. That's what my mama told me about my penis. Keep it in your pants, boy. You're going to get in trouble with that thing. I know. MSNBC's Joy Reid is slammed for saying she is skeptical about the soaring crime rates. Just because she ain't heard it from her friends, the anecdotes in the big cities. New York City is a shithole. What's up with that hair? That ain't her hair. Look at it. It's like a damn mop tied up on her head. Why don't you be natural, Joy? Let your racism show. Let it shine through for everybody to see. We'd love to see it. Michael Payne, Brett. I didn't get Zook today. No, not yet. Whatever that means. Donovan, Kelsey. How y'all doing? She cried. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm going to play that with I got it right here. Remember yesterday we played old Beetlejuice up there in Chicago? Beetlejuice in Chicago, Lightfoot, Smallfoot, left foot, right foot. She got another arguing match with this other guy, that same little white guy from Newsmax, because he called her out on her bullshit. About this, 71 people got shot yesterday. Let me find that story. If I could find it, I'd find it. I don't see it. Where's it at? I don't see it. I know I watched it earlier today. If I had my man Drizzy here, he'd have it pulled up for me already. Hey, there's Jamie right there. Look at that. What's up? Hey, Jamie. I like that fella. I like him. Like him a lot. Hard working. Good looking. Yeah, here it is. Driver shoots and kills.
There were a lot of questions when that shooting shut down I-35W in Fort Worth, and tonight we know a lot more from police and the driver who heard the gunfire on Friday afternoon. Aaron Jones reports for us tonight. All new at 10 o'clock.
Venezuela was driving down I-35 near Heritage Trace Parkway last Friday afternoon when a motorcycle flew by him between lanes of traffic.
Man, just a few seconds later, I hear some gunshots. Everyone slammed on their brakes, and I was only about 3 cars behind where it happened.
He says a motorcyclist, now identified as 19-year-old Jaderick Gray of Bedford, started asking other drivers for help. He had a trauma kit on hand, so he got out of his car and attempted to treat his wounds.
The guy was he's like in pain. Oh, it hurts, I need to breathe, you know.
He says police and paramedics arrived about 3 minutes later. Gray was flown to a nearby hospital where he died. Through investigation, Fort Worth police have learned more about what led up to the incident. They say a driver attempted to change lanes without seeing Gray on his motorcycle. Gray then passed several cars ahead of that driver, parked, walked back to the driver, and pointed a handgun at them. The driver says they told Gray to put down his gun. There were kids in the car. As Gray continued to approach, not listening, the driver fired several shots.
There's no doubt that, he parked his bike, got off of it, and went and approached, the other vehicle. Now, who started it? I don't know. Who flashed the gun first? I don't know. But we know that, ultimately it had a tragic outcome that could have been avoided.
Valenzuela says he'll think about this every time he's on the road.
Definitely puts a different, perspective on road rage once you've witnessed something so traumatic like that.
In Fort Worth, Aaron Jones, CBS
What's
11
about
News.
A dumbass pulling a gun on somebody and he got shot? Stop being stupid. I just want to pull out my gun because I got a gun on my side. Well, who you're pointing out might have a gun too. Now, if I had Drizzy over here, Chicago crime, murders, and mayhem. Yeah, but not this one, Drizzy. Not that story. There's a new one. They clashed the second time. Because he was asking her about her, she had said something about, at the end of it, I wanted to play it for you because she said something about, she's come out and said people are blaming her because she's a black woman. And then she said, I'm a black lesbian woman. Who gives a rat's ass? You're a stupid mayor. So you're making the point for us. You just happen to be a lesbian black woman. You're still stupid. Murder mayhem. Here's some statistics. July to date. Shot and killed 11. Shot and wounded 46. Total shot 57. How many homicides? 12. This is 627 to 73. 17 shot. 114 shot and wounded. Total shot 131. 20 homicides. Because she was trying to tell her at the press conference, well, it's been going down from this time last year. And he said something about, well, you're playing with the numbers because last year we had a race riot going on. She said, wasn't no race riot going on. Yeah, it was. It was exactly what they had wanted to happen. That's why they keep pushing all this bullshit about white supremacy and all that crap. They don't say a damn word about blacks killing blacks, but let a black man or a woman get killed by a white guy or a cop. Oh, and it's headlines all across the nation. Pin your phone number. Let me see if I still got it. Let's see where the phone number's at. It's 404-363-0618. I got the green screen up behind me. I'm not taking it down. That's why you may have been exposed to extremist content on Facebook. They're doing that bullshit. Popping that up. Hey, Amy and Sean Cook, how y'all doing out there? Happy 4th of July weekend to y'all. What do y'all got going on this weekend? I'm working. If y'all pop it on there, I'll pin it. Drastic Edge. That son of a bitch is over there causing problems again. Look at him. He can do just fine without Drizzy. No, he can't. He needs Drizzy. Drizzy's part of the show. Here it is. This is not the one.
How much of this do you think might have to do with the fact that you're a woman, and specifically a black woman?
Specifically, you're a black
About
woman.
99% of it.
99%
Women and people of color are always held to a different standard. I understand that. I've known that my whole life. And the Tribune or whoever can write what they want. What I'm doing is fighting for the residents of the city. The critics, some of them who are out there, are criticizing me because they don't like to see a woman assume power and forge ahead on an agenda that is about disrupting the status quo. But look around. Look at that Tribune editorial board. Look at the editorial boards of most of the big media companies here in the city. They do not reflect our diversity. So I'm sorry if I offend people by fighting for what people elected me to do, which is disrupt the machine, disrupt the status quo, and make city government more responsive to the residents.
I think.
Introduce yourself, sir?
Yes.
I don't think I'm familiar with you.
William Kelly, I'm with Newsmax. What I think everybody knows, but you didn't mention, I don't think any of your speakers here today mentioned it, is the reason why the hotels are empty, the reason why the storefronts are closed, is because of fear of violent crime.
No,
there was, well,
sir,
if I may ask my question, it's a simple question.
Let me ask my
There's
question.
a woman, a pregnant woman was shot at a hotel across the street from.
We played that one yesterday, but she's just, look at her forehead. Look how big that is right there. You could land a plane on it. Bush pilot could. Alaskan bush pilots could land 2 or 3 planes on that forehead. I can't. Don't talk about her because she's ugly, Jamie. I'm sorry. My bad. Inbox Trump to make announcement on First Amendment rights. Oh, these big tech companies are going down. Now, apparently, see, that's why I asked Drizzy, I said, can we play the X22 report videos on here? On BitChute. And he said, no, they'll get you. I advise all of y'all to go to BitChute, download it, and listen to X22 report. He breaks this shit down and tells you what's going on that the mainstream media won't tell you. These big tech companies, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, will not let you tell people because they know it's coming. California, and I can't remember the person's name, had a phone line to Facebook. Take this video down before the election. The person that Big Tech writes back to this lady, and I'm assuming it's a lady because of the name, and I can't remember it, sorry about that, but Drizzy won't let me play the video on here. Writes back to her and says, thank you very kindly, we will take that shit down. It does not go, it goes against our guidelines in our community. The government official has just stepped over the line and interfered with your free speech. 2:30 out the window. Now these platforms are going to crash because of that shit. Because of what they did, because they're all tied in bed with the globalist elite, demon-sucking bitches that are trying to turn this country into a third world country and a part of the New World Order. Well, that's a conspiracy, Jamie. What do you mean it's a conspiracy? Can you not see? Open up, wash your eyes, get on your knees and pray for God to let you see this stuff. It's real easy, and it's right there in front of you. Adam, what's up, Adam? Beetlejuice. We're joint. Oh, there. Butch posted. I didn't see Drizzy post it. Let me post Drizzy's. Let me pin it. Pin it. Thank you, there, Drizzy. I got it, Drizzy. I pinned it. Smashed the Reviver. 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 Smashed X22 report, Lynn, what is that? Russell, how you doing? What y'all got going on, man? Smash! But 45th President Donald J. Trump to make an announcement about protecting Americans' First Amendment rights. What's the name of that new site they got coming out? You missed these shows, Russell? Well, y'all need to come over to the gaming side and show some support. We'll do more of these shows. Weekly. Daily. This is 2 back-to-back. Thanks to Frank. Thank Frank if you see him. Or you call him. Leave him a message. Tell him, say, thank you, Frank, for getting Jamie back on the ball. Happy 4th of July. It's July the 4th Eve. Yeah, I don't have the news lined up like you do, Drizzy. I'm all over the place when I do it myself. I'll go from one story to the next, and then I'll find another story that ties back into that first story when I should have did them 2 stories together. It's just all mixed. It's like a stew. And that's the way I like my shit, like a stew. Thanks to Jennifer, I'm going to get some homemade chili. Because she kept teasing me with her homemade chili over there. All the time talking about, it smells good, Jamie, this homemade chili I got. Oh, it's so delicious. I said, damn it, I want some homemade chili. So I got on the ball and told the ladies at the house, I said, hey, Jackie, could you tell Joyce I sure would like some homemade chili. Got home last night, Joyce said, what do you want in that chili? I said, everything. Put everything in it. Just dump everything in there. Ian, Faith, Laura. She got a lot of face to wash. It starts right back in here. See how big my forehead is? It goes all the way back because I shaved. Let's see what else Drizzy's got. Ooh, get her ugly ass face off my TV. Get her face off my TV, please. Uh-oh. Just in, Republican-controlled Pennsylvania senators consider Arizona-style audit in the 2020 election. Now, why would they be doing that? Because you got to get 2020 right if you want to go to 2022. Because if you don't find out how they cheated back then, they already know. If you don't bring it out to the mainstream public so they can see it, a bunch of these sleeping asses out there, they're going, what no cheating going on? Biden got 81 million. Really? Where they at? None of them show up for his bullshit. None of them come to his parades. None of them come to his outings. Kamala Harris is getting booed down there in Arizona at the border. And you went to the wrong town, bitch. You're at the wrong spot, Kamala. It's 1,000 miles down the border. It's where they're having a problem. See, we got a fence here. We don't have that problem with them bringing human trafficking across the border or drugs. It's down there where the hole's at. Where's the cow getting out of the fence? Where does the cow get out of the fence? Mike, are you watching? Or maybe Adderall Chris. Or maybe Richard over there, is he back in Japan? Maybe he can hear me. Richard, where does the cow get out of the fence? Where there's a hole. Let me help you out there, buddy. This ain't rocket scientists. Rocket science. You know what I'm talking about. Tighten up. Damn, there she is again with that big ass forehead. Breaking. U.S. military and NATO officially evacuate the last troops from Bagram airfield in Afghanistan after 2 decades. 20 years we've been over there. How much money did we waste over in the sands over there in American blood to feed them demons over there in the desert? And I'm not talking about the people over there. I'm talking about the demons that are actually on this planet. Yeah, Mike's in Florida. Mike's in Florida. If you're talking about Mike that calls up here. But they're still putting this shit off, about talking about bringing them all back on 9/11. Don't that date, didn't something else happen on that date? Ain't that like some kind of a bad date? Why would you do that? Why would you pick that date to tie all this shit up with it? Oh, it's because they're planning something. Better watch out. Keep your eyes and your ears open. That bullshit in Florida, I think's tied in with all this shit. A building collapsed. That ain't what a building collapse looks like. You can't say that, Jamie. They're going to say you're a conspiracy theorist. One of them QAnon followers. Q? What the hell is Q? You mean all that shit they told us is coming true? That's why I would advise you to go listen to X22 report on BitChute, because when he's talking about stuff now, he'll go back to the past and bring up them posts and tie them together. Future proves past. Well, ain't nobody been locked up yet, Jamie. There's a whole shitload of people been locked up. Allison Mack just got 3 years in prison. Ray Chandler's coming. Ray Chandler, who is that? Google her and see who she is. See who she was tied up with. Oh, and the judge just said yesterday or day before that the Ghislaine Maxwell shit's finna be released. Oh, shows ties to Hillary and Bill. How close of friends they were. What were you doing on the island? A lot of these politicians that's tied up in this shit probably had trips over there. I'd ask them, have you ever been, and that'd be a legitimate question. Yes, Governor so-and-so, Representative so-and-so, have you ever been to Epstein's Island? One. His mansion in New York, the one in Florida, how about the one in New Mexico? Have you ever had any dealings at any properties that Mr. Epstein owned? I can't hear you. Yes or no? You don't have shit in your closet, do you, that you might be scared of coming out? This is what I suggest you do if you have had ties to these people. Go to your local law enforcement. I don't know if you can trust the FBI. The FBI seems to have their hands in all of this bullshit that's going on. Maybe you might want to do a press conference. I want to come out and come clean on the bullshit I did. Do it like that. And then if you end up choking yourself or hanging yourself in prison, you'll have got it off your chest to the public. Because you don't want to go to jail without spilling your guts. Because a lot of those folks end up dead. They just can't take it no more and they end up killing themselves. I can't live with myself no more. Well, how do you do it? I got broke bones in my neck because I hung myself. Looks like you got choked. Fingers is all bent out of shape. Bruises all over your face. Oh, and then they leave little telltale signs that tell them who it was. So the people in the group know when that person dies. Did you hear about Mabel? What happened? She hung herself. She had a red scarf that she did it with. Oh! Because they know what that red scarf indicates. Oh, they got Mabel. She must have been talking to the authorities. And I'm using Mabel just as a name. You know what I'm talking about. A lot of y'all awake do. Oh, let's see what this is. Let's see. Oh, is that a video? 3 boys stomp a kid's head in while beating him, steal his bike and run him over with it while he tries to run away. An adult male records the whole attack laughing. The poor kid spent the whole time apologizing and begging him to stop. Where's that video at? Show me that video, Drizzy. Probably them damn white supremacists doing that shit. Let's see the video. Is the video there? Won't they let me see the video? This page doesn't exist. I'll see a picture of it. Why won't they let me see the video? I don't see it, Drizzy. It's not letting me see the video. Yeah, it won't let me see the video. Damn it. Moving right along.
Platform where conservatives are not going to be canceled or deplatformed because of their political beliefs. You know, for too long, the social...
This is going to be amazing.
This is going to be great. So this is a new social media platform where conservatives are not going to be canceled or deplatformed because of their political beliefs. You know, for too long, the social media oligarchs, the big tech titans have come in and said, okay, you can say that, but you can't say that, and they pick and choose. It doesn't have anything to do with speech that they think it might be. Obviously, we don't want to have a platform where people are using, epithets or people are talking about illegal behavior. But that's not what they've done to conservatives. They've gone through and they've cherry picked and said, we don't like your political philosophy, but hey, you know what? If you're the Ayatollah of Iran, you're fine with keeping your platform.
Everybody relates this to President Trump, and I have to ask you, the logo, it almost kind of looks like President Trump's hair and the fire and everything. Anything to that, and what's President Trump's involvement?
So right as of this moment, President Trump is not on the platform. I do have real Donald Trump reserved. It's in my safe. It's in my office. It's right there just waiting for him in this beautiful, beautiful safe, just all ready to go. Real Donald Trump. Mr. President, if you're watching, go ahead and hop on this weekend. But look, I've spoken with the president several times about it. I do think that there's a decent chance we get him on board. But again, I know he has a number of offers, and a lot of people want me to get on. I'm going to let him do it on his schedule, so I don't push him too much. But when he sees how many millions or tens of millions of people, of his allies, are on this platform, I think he's going to want to join.
Well, I can tell you, the president, if he's watching, so many people have asked me, hey, the president needs to be on there. Everybody is just eager to hear from him. So I hope that happens.
So hopefully this is going to be a platform
Brent Stinchfield is on Newsmax.
And you don't have to worry about being silenced like you do on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Hold on a minute, I see fingers moving over there. Drizzy's messing with my thing. Oh, I see it now, Drizzy.
Yeah, it's so damn stupid.
Oh, let's see. Let's see what this is.
Bitch ass boy. Bitch ass nigga. I'm sorry. Fuck shit. Okay. Bitch ass.
You rolled out that nigga butt. Yo.
Bitch.
Come. I'm about to die, cuz. Cuz, y'all niggas stupid as fuck. He's sorry. He's sorry, Kyle. Leave him alone. Y'all just so damn stupid.
Bitch ass boy.
Yeah, these little heathens right here are who's going to end up in prison.
That nigga butt. Yo.
See all the white people around them making them do this shit? This is home training. They need a belt on their ass. I'll blister every damn one of them. They wouldn't sit. Their mama wouldn't be able to sit down right for a week Bunch of bullshit. And you wonder why these little kids end up in jail. Because of this shit, because of the way they act right here. Because they ain't got no home training at home. Because their mamas and daddies don't teach them right. Because they tell them, it's the white man's fault that your brother's in prison. No, your brother's in prison because he did dumb shit like that. That's what he's in prison for. That makes me so damn sick. I can't stand seeing people, especially if you don't jump on him 3-on-1. Oh, you're real tough. Tough as nails. Bunch of bitches. Can't call them kids bitches. I call them worse than that. You don't want to know what I really think about them. Punk ass bitches. Chicago unveiled a new rainbow crosswalk on June the 3rd and then tarred over it on June the 30th in the middle of the night. Wonder how much that rainbow crosswalk cost the city of Chicago. And then I wonder how much that cost them to tar over it. Look at them, they're out there. Oh, I'm just doing my thing. To the little loudmouths over here that's whining because they don't got the rainbow crosswalk. What is that cereal with the rainbow? Ain't that Trix? Trix! And Lightfoot is a lesbian, so she had to be out there. I think that guy beside her's her boyfriend. Or girl, I don't know. That looks like a guy. He's got boobs. Oh. You can't tell no more. Why did they even bother? Because they're pandering to these demons over here that are going, hey, y'all have to accept us because we're different than y'all. We don't have to accept you. You want to do that shit, take your bullshit over there. Don't throw it in our face. These pride parade bullshit. Pride parade. That asshat over there's got his dick out. What's prideful about that? Well, it's just his right to express himself. Well, it's just my right to slap the shit out of him. How about that? It's his right to express himself. This is how I want to express myself. Slapping the dog shit out of him. Put your dick in your britches, Bob. There's kids out here. Well, we want the kids to be inclusive. So they'll think it's okay to act this way. Well, it's not okay to act that way. Take your degenerate bullshit out of here. Take it to another country. Get out of this one because you're ruining it. Oh, but they bring their kids there. They bring their kids up there all the time. I seen what's his name? What's the guy with the spoon that does the interviews, Drizzy? He was just up in New York at a pride parade, and they're prancing around with their dicks out in front of these little kids. The parent, you're correct. What the hell are you bringing your kid to this shit for? You know what they're doing out here. You ought to be ashamed of yourself bringing your kids out here. And that's what you ought to do, is shame these parents that are bringing their kids out there to that crap. Transgenders reading in the damn public library to kids. All of y'all bitches in here ought to be ashamed of yourself for exposing your children to this garbage. Well, Jamie, you can't. I'm just expressing myself. Don't I have the same right to express myself as that 6'8" guy over there does in the dress? Don't I have the same right? If you want to fight for his right, come over here and fight for mine. I should have the same right to say what I want to say if he's got the same right to say what he wants to say. Because you ain't going to shut me up and call me shit and make me feel ashamed of myself because I'm standing up against that crap. It don't work. You picked the wrong one, Paco. He's from Argentina. Or whatever they call him down in Argentina. I don't give a rat's ass. Oh, I like this. Just doing this show. They do, Lisa. Most of the people, if this shit was done on a regular day, that asshat would be in jail for lewd and I can't remember what the charge is, but exposing themselves to people. They are trying to mess the kids up. They've got to. That's how they recruit new people in. They say they're born. That's how they recruit new people in there. That little trans kid, the little 8-year-old that they got dressing around, sashaying his ass, bringing him to strip clubs in New York City. What the hell is wrong with it? That's what New York City is, a shithole. Chicago's a shithole. Atlanta's a shithole. Because we allow shithole people to run it. Need to get back to having some pride in our stuff. Flat Earth, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Jamie, Frank.
Frank, what's going on, Frank?
What's up? Hey, I'm back on a 30-day suspension on Facebook.
Oh, hell.
Yeah. Hey, I commented about that that dude walking around a woman's locker room in L.A. or wherever it was, San Francisco.
Where was it at?
I said I would beat the brakes off that guy walking to my wife and my kids.
Yeah.
Facebook said, yeah, I was being mean and bad, and they banned me 30 days.
You got to stop being mean and bad.
This is.
I still beat the brakes off that son of a bitch.
Yeah, I watched some video. I was watching a video earlier. It was a husband and wife got sentenced for killing a child molester. And the lady, when she come out of the courtroom, she said that was the best day of my life when I killed that molester.
Absolutely, I agree. This shit's got to stop with us. Hey,
Yeah.
everyone listening, listen. I don't care what you are, how you are, whatever. They're trying to make pedophilia normal.
Yep.
And bullshit. Not in my lifetime. I'll tell you right now.
Well, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to normalize it so they can touch the kids.
Yep. No, not in my lifetime. Like I said, all I said was that California, that San Francisco city, that I guess she was a black woman, sounded like it, but that guy walking around saying he's transgender bullshit.
Yeah.
All I said was I'd beat the brakes off him. You saying?
Oh yeah, that's violence, Frank.
Well,
Frankie,
yep,
you're
good
gonna
old
get.
Facebook.
They're gonna ban you, Frank. Don't do
I
it.
did. I am. I already did it. I'm done. 30 days.
Don't do it, Frank.
Already too late.
You should have called and asked me. I'd have told you. I'd have said, "Don't do it, Frank. Don't you do it."
But hell, I get carried away. I get my inner Jamie going on. I lose my mind.
Well, look, did you see that that Getter? It's Getter, I think, is the name of that new site that's coming out. Jason Miller come out. It was on Newsmax, or I think it was Newsmax or OAN doing. I just played the video a while ago where they're talking about this new social media platform where they're not going to be discriminating against conservatives.
Yeah, bullshit.
Huh?
Bullshit.
No, they're not going to be. It's going to be a platform for conservatives.
Oh, for conservatives.
Yeah, for conservatives. He said, I just played the video a while ago.
Oh, hell. I was too busy getting pissed off at my band, so.
Stop being pissed off. That's that little transgender boy right there. Right there, that's him. Oh, y'all can't see it. I'll show it to you in just a minute. Oh, let's see. Let me show it to you now. This is that little kid. Turn it down so you can't hear the music.
I go back and forth. So,
This is that little 8-year-old kid, little boy, that they're strutting around up there in New York City. Got him dressed all like this, doing his nails and shit. They did several stories on this kid. Oh, he's an 11-year-old drag kid performing as Gwen Stefani in Brooklyn.
Yes. Yeah, I saw that 11-year-old.
Yeah.
That 11-year-old one. Yeah, that's disgusting.
It is. His parent. They should take this child away from his parents.
Absolutely. No, I agree.
Desmond. That's his
grandson. You saw him yesterday?
Yeah.
He's all boy. He's all boy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He likes pink. He likes color pink. He likes blue. That's fine. But guess what? He doesn't know what the hell he is.
Well, they're giving this little kid money and shit.
Well, that's the
This is child porn, is what this crap is. This is child pornography.
Yep, that's what they're trying to make it okay in America.
Yep.
That way, you cannot be arrested for child pornography or child sexual abuse or bullshit. I'm gonna beat the brakes off you.
This is nasty. I don't even want to put that crap up here. But yeah.
Don't even play it. If you play it, then you'll be doing the same thing. You saying?
Well, I was just showing the kid. Drizzy had put it in the post over because we was talking, because I had mentioned it.
Drizzy knows better than I do what you can and can't play.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, hey, Facebookers, I'm gone for 30 days, so we'll see you what?
So we'll see you over on the YouTube side.
But that's where I'm heading to.
No, we'll see you over on the gaming side.
What?
We'll see you over on the gaming side.
I can't hear you.
You heard what I said. All right, Frank. Hey, look, back-to-back shows, Frank. 2 days in a row.
Hey, did you dedicate this show to me?
No, I didn't put it on top.
As a United States Marine Corps veteran?
I should have dedicated it. I did mention you. You were honorably mentioned.
Okay. There you go. I appreciate that.
Okay. All right, Frank. Hey.
All right, brother.
We'll see.
You do.
All right, we'll see you later, Frank.
All right.
All right. Frank got kicked off Facebook again, people. If you didn't know it, Frank's vocal about the way he feels about things, too. And the left don't like it when you're vocal against their bullshit, their agenda that they're trying to push. And they will try to silence you at all times. Now, look, we got Project Veritas here. Let's see what this video's about.
Really important to me. I'm a Vegas local, so making sure that people who represent the city, especially when it comes to education, super important to me.
I'm a teacher.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I saw that ex-Navy, I believe. But you full time or? Very cool. Where do you teach? Very cool. Okay. I did not know that. You know, I did watch that video. Because it pertained to you and the Hill Reporter, so I wanted to see what the other side was saying about you.
Yeah.
And he did make an interesting claim. I'm going to be objective here. He did make an interesting claim. He did say you were being the bully here, wouldn't you? I mean, the way I saw it, the way he framed it, I wasn't there. Would you agree that
you're the one, Brett Gilman, who bullied us by falsely and maliciously printing libel saying that my employees committed felonies in 2017? No employee of mine has ever committed or even been charged with a felony. You wrote that, you had to delete it, and then you updated your article with more defamation. Who's the bully?
What do you think about that? Do you think that...
I don't really want to comment on Project Veritas.
Oh, not a problem. Not a problem.
James O'Keefe, they have a reputation of doing things a certain way. And I had made an agreement with his counsel to do something. And some things, I'm not sure exactly what's transpired.
After we send this letter, we get a response from one Brett Gilman, the managing editor of this organization. And in order to demonstrate the absurdity of the statement that you are about to hear, I will put on these glasses. Wow, I think we'll delete the article in its entirety. That seems the right thing to do when confronted by bullies.
Since we agreed to delete an article that was written really 2 years ago by the former owners of the website. So there was no reason not to delete the article.
Right.
It was the former owners that owned it. The gentleman that you refer to, I'm not going to comment other than to say that Project Veritas has a habit of doing things surreptitiously, and in particular to outlets that are known to be left-wing or progressive. They've done it to CNN, they've done it to Time, CNN. They've done it to the Washington Post. They're suing Twitter. They're extremely litigious. And to be honest, I'm a school teacher. I'd rather just delete the article than even play around with people like that.
I'm actually a journalist with Project Veritas, and I just want to know, why didn't you actually say that you were Brett on the phone when James O'Keefe asked you if you were Brett Gilman?
Hello. Hey, is this Brett?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Brett. Quote, I think we'll delete the article in its entirety. That seems the right thing to do when confronted by bullies. This is James O'Keefe. I'm reading your statement that you said you were confronted by bullies. Why would you write? This is James O'Keefe from Project Veritas. You said, quote, we'll delete the article in its entirety. I'm James O'Keefe from Project Veritas. I'm on the record with you right now. James O'Keefe from Project Veritas. Are you Brett Gilman from HillReporter.com?
No.
You're not Brett Gilman from Hill Reporter. Okay. Sorry to bother you. Wrong Brett Gilman. Did that guy just deny? He denied his own identity.
Because, you know, gentlemen, you have a way of doing things that is sort of surreptitious. And I have hearing impaired problems, and I've already spoken to your people before, and I told the guy, John O'Sullivan, I'm hearing impaired.
Okay.
And I told him, I can't even hear you.
Okay.
So what being hearing impaired, I prefer to talk in person.
Right.
I agreed to delete the article because, number one, we're a small-time little blog, and we don't have any intention of offending anybody. We don't have any intention of misrepresenting ourselves. The one article we agreed to delete was written, as I said, in 2019. And
so my follow-up question to that is, since you've now had to print 3 retractions according to Project Veritas, are you planning on continuing to defame us in the future? Or are you going to continue
the article
to write?
Was not written by me. It was written by staff writers,
right.
And so the decision was made to delete the article,
right?
Because we have the intention of defaming nobody.
So in the future, you're not going to continue defaming Project Veritas?
We don't feel that we ever defame Project Veritas, but no, we have no intention to defame Project Veritas now and in the future. And I hope that everybody can de-escalate some of the rhetoric and especially some of the tactics. And, you know, it's not just my vehicle here. We have lots of people here today.
So why didn't you just answer the phone the second time James called you for comment?
I'm sorry?
Why didn't you just answer the phone the second time James called you for comment?
I don't know that James called me a second time for comment. I have a second voice now.
And you didn't call him back?
No.
How come?
There was really no point in calling him back. At that point, I really wasn't even able to understand. I wrote to your counsel and asked him what specifically your client wanted.
Right.
And so I did exactly that. I went back. He told me to change a particular word. I changed the word. I looked at the other article. I saw it had been written by the former owners of the website.
Can I just ask you, when you saw the word change, there were multiple other lies, including the 15 felonies and, you know, all the other salacious or the slanderous things that you said about Project Veritas. So why didn't you delete all of the lies?
Well, I didn't really know that was a request. If you'd like.
Well, your website says that you aggregate news, and there's no news out there that says we've ever been charged with 15 felonies. So I'm kind of concerned where the Hill Reporter got that information.
I'd have to go back and check, but again, if your counsel would like to send us another request for a complete retraction, we can be retracto number 342, and that'd be just fine by us. We're just a small-time blog. We rely on other aggregators and other sources. And if we defame Project Veritas, we're sorry. Have a nice day.
Thanks, Brett. Have a good day. So, you got full comment from Brett Gilman. We're in. I'm a journalist at Project Veritas. We'll see you next time.
What did he say? Hey, Travis. Jen, Laura. How y'all doing over there? Drastic Edge. That's that troublesome guy over there, that Drastic Edge fella. Watch him, he'll get you in trouble.
Story, according to President Macron, no less, who's blaming leftist American ideology for dividing society. Further, he thinks the US is winding the clock back on issues like race and gender.
I am seeing society becoming progressively more racial. We had freed ourselves from this approach, and now we are once more categorizing people according to their race. And by doing that, we are totally placing them under house arrest.
The statement from the French president coming in an interview with Elle magazine, and as a fresh generation of activists in France denounced racism in the country and its colonial past, while Macron claims it's inequality that's holding society back. Our panel of guests believe the so-called woke culture, anyway, is only sparking division.
You too what?
The wokeism, the cancel culture, the overly identity type issues, the critical race theories are creating division. I think step backwards and they start to break the society apart. He has a very valid point, I think.
It's an American import, and the people who believe in this essentially are trying to use an American blueprint for a French society which is really very different from America. The history is very different, our race relations are very different, the issue of slavery doesn't exist in France in the way that it exists in America. It has existed, but not at all founding, the existence of the country itself.
Where people say, well, but blacks were enslaved. Look, the reality is that nobody wants to institute slavery. Nobody wants to deport the Jews. Nobody wants to invade Algeria. So all these things are always discussion about the past. Always about the past for all the groups. Everybody has its memory, and then they fight over their memory. There is no nation anymore because France and the other European countries are actually ruled by the European Union. They have very little autonomy from an economic point of view. They have no currency, no borders. And people do want to have a certain bonds with other people, and then they bond according to their group, their religious group, their ethnic group, whatever. I mean, no serious issue is ever being discussed. But nothing can be done about that, so people are focusing on this identity, and these are sort of endless debate that don't lead to anything. And of course, it comes from the United States in some sense, but postmodernism came to the United States from France, so it's a complicated game. But I think that's how I analyze the phenomenon.
But Macron's a leftist. There's that forehead again. Supreme Court decides here transgender school bathroom case. If you've got a penis, you go to the boys' bathroom. What'd she see with her own eyes? What'd she see with her own eyes? That's old Jill Biden.
When the world as we knew it shut down last year, people across this country wondered, how will we keep our children learning? How will we stop kids from going hungry? Who will support parents? But you didn't wonder. You got to work. I saw it with my own eyes as I crisscrossed this country and met with educators just like you. The cafeteria worker who spent long hours making sandwiches for hungry families. The teacher who retaught her lessons each night for a student whose siblings used the family computer during the day. The bus driver who drove to Wi-Fi hotspots to neighborhoods with no connection.
They're really showing themselves to do really well. Come on, man.
Oh, just a bunch of lies. She's seen it with her own eyes. Thomas Morellis. Multiple assaults happened throughout the day. Looks like a white man's getting beat up. Who is in black-clad Antifa people? They busted his glasses out. Reporter at Real James Club was also assaulted. Won't you get up and punch back?
Back up! You back up!
No! Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
Truck chief. Oh, they're assaulting a preacher, a street preacher.
Back up! Get up and go. Hey, that's what you get. That's what you get too.
Back up! Back up! You back up! Back up!
Keep walking, dude. It's gonna go back. It's gonna go back.
I'm a soldier for Christ.
It's a bad idea.
I will punch back.
Go, just walk.
Don't have to walk.
Hey, go get him. Go get him.
Don't have to walk nowhere.
Make sure they're getting out without. And these guys here too. The guy just hit me for no reason. Jesus loves everybody, but you got right out here. Jesus loves everyone. Fuck you. No way.
Because they don't want to hear the word. Them demons is acting up. Got them stirred up.
Wait a second, this guy's back? Huh? Yeah, just. Oh, you didn't see that?
Yeah, I seen y'all assault somebody that's preaching the word of God. Multiple assaults happened throughout the day. This is the FBI's political allies. Telling you, one crack in the jaw and most of these Antifa punks would go home. They'd go home to mama with a black eye. Drizzy just got me all kind of news over here. Vice President Harris delivers remarks on bipartisan framework.
Thank you all. Thank you. Oh, it's
She's
good
always
to be
smiling.
in the House of Labor.
You better be careful with someone like that.
Can we please hear it for Amber? You know, she and I spent some time among the leaders who are here. We toured the facility, and we were just backstage, and she was sharing with me a bit about her life. And, you know, she didn't have it easy growing up.
Did she have to do what you did?
But she talked about how the House of Labor, how the men and women of labor
You tell her how you got ahead in the
saw
world.
in her, which she knew
How
was in
you
herself.
got ahead by giving head.
And helped her achieve.
Jamie, you can't say
her
that.
capacity.
I just
and
did.
she is an extraordinary leader and
It's
an
true.
extraordinary story, Amber.
Ask her old boss. Oh, she's good. I give her a raise. Statues of Queen. Look, I done did one story on this. See what I was talking about earlier? See what I'm talking about? Liberals are dividing everybody. I did a story about this earlier, Drizzy, but I'll pull it up.
Good
One
evening,
story
and
to the
thank
next
you
story.
for joining us. We begin tonight with news of a monument toppled. The statue of Queen
Not a
Victoria
monument. Is
outside
she
the
a racist
Manitoba
too?
legislature has been knocked down by demonstrators.
Oh, they
This
put
was
paint
the
on it.
scene just a couple of hours ago where the statue, first unveiled in 1904, was brought to the ground and covered in paint. It's unclear if there's any permanent damage to the monument. The statue of Queen Elizabeth II, adjacent to the government house, was also toppled over. And this video posted to social media appears to show the moments right after the statue of Queen Victoria was brought down. People placing red handprints on the base of the statue.
So this is
and the
premeditated
statue
because they had them
itself.
paintballs Them
This
paint
comes
balloons
after
made up.
peaceful demonstrations honoring the children who died in the Canadian residential school system were held across Winnipeg today.
Residential school is not ancient history. It's happening today. But today is a reminder of how we need to reset that relationship, of how we need to move forward together.
Outside the Canadian Museum for Human Rights, community leaders organized a No Pride in Genocide walk and ride. Long Plain First Nation Chief Dennis Meaches, representing Treaty 1 First Nations, is demanding the Canadian government classify residential schools, day schools, and the 60s Scoop as an act of genocide.
We love Canada, but we do have a shameful past, and that needs to be addressed, and collectively, as all people here in Canada, in this country, to come together and walk in true partnership as it was intended in the treaties. And we do need Canada to atone for its sins. Canada and...
Everybody's got to atone for their sins there, Chief. Quit calling him Chief. Well, he's got a headdress on. What do you want to call him? He's got a headdress on. He's a chief. Uh-oh. MSNBC on Twitter. This is the latest from Trump, from Drizzy. Newly released records show top Republicans in Arizona's largest county dodged calls from President Trump and his allies in the aftermath of the 2020 election. Maricopa County supervisors had aggressively defended their county's vote count and say fraud or irregularities did not happen. Yes, they did. See, they're trying to get ahead of the story. Can you not see how they do this in the news? They're putting this shit because they know what's coming. And they're trying to get ahead of the story. Drizzy! Democrats aren't scared of the law, and Republicans follow the law. So Democrats can get away with much, much more. That is a Republican's weakness. They can play fair because the left doesn't play fair, plus the cops will be the ones who come to violate your rights. Don't get a lot of cops hurt. Getter, Gettr, is the new name of that site. Getter, Gettr. Project Veritas. Scrolling through the stories that I got on here. Just scrolling through the stories. All right, let's see what else we got. YouTube. Lightfoot. Light foot, left foot, right foot. Breaking on Twitter. Toppled. Curb Your Logic. Eight months. Surfside building collapse. Surfside, Florida, that's where that condo collapsed. Breaking news coverage. Tucker calls for an investigation into the probing, the spying on him.
A couple of days ago, we told you that the National Security Agency had read our emails and was effectively threatening us with them, leaking them. It's not a statement you would make lightly. No one wants to go on TV and say, the government's spying on me. You sound like a lunatic, except when it's true. And in this case, it is true. And of course, it's not just this show. They're spying on a lot of people.
Same thing with that video we showed yesterday, or talked about yesterday. If you have Alexa in your house, you can go, Alexa, are you recording me? And she won't answer. Now, you can ask Alexa what her favorite color is. She'll tell you. Ultraviolet. You can ask Alexa what the square root of pi is. She'll tell you that answer also. But if you ask Alexa, if y'all have Alexa in your house and they can hear this, Alexa's going crazy right now in the background. She's going, oh no, Jamie knows. They're listening to you. They're recording your ass. And you brought that device into your house. I did too. I got a cell phone. They're listening to me on here. The thing is, I don't give a rat's ass if I hear what I'm saying. I'm going to keep saying it. You don't scare me. I don't bow to nobody on this planet. Jesus Christ is the only one I bow to. And I don't do it often enough. And I would be, I would place a wager that a lot of y'all out there don't either. But that's neither here nor there. You have to answer for what you do. I have to answer for what I do. Let's move on. Tucker, go ahead.
People, and they should stop because it's illegal. Yesterday, we had a long conversation with officials at the National Security Agency. We got a statement out of them, and they effectively conceded, yes, they read our emails. They have some justification for it.
Yeah, you're the only one
but it's not justified. There, Frank. It never is, except in cases when national security is threatened. And nothing that we did would ever threaten national security, period. Liberals used to understand that. They were very worried about this program. Back in 2006, Joe Biden himself said he was worried about the NSA spying on American citizens.
I don't have to listen to your phone calls to know what you're doing. If I know every single phone call you made, I'm able to determine every single person you talk to. I can get a pattern about your life that is very, very intrusive. And the real question here is, what do they do with this information that they collect that does not have anything to do with al-Qaeda? And we're going to trust the president and the vice president of the United States that they're doing the right thing. Don't count me in on that.
So now Joe Biden is in charge of the national security apparatus, and his administration has turned it on Americans who he has redefined as combatants, domestic terrorists, white supremacists. Where does this go from here? We think we know, and we're deeply concerned about it. We know the NSA is collecting data from American citizens, spying on them. They have a heart attack if you call it spying. That's exactly what it is. Let's stop using BS language. It's spying. In a House Judiciary Committee meeting today, a senior Microsoft executive said that most Americans would be stunned if they knew how often the federal government used secret orders to collect information on them.
While the recent news about secret investigations is shocking, most shocking is just how routine secrecy orders have become when law enforcement targets an American's email, text messages, or other sensitive data stored in the cloud. Throughout the Obama, Trump, and Biden administrations, up to a third of all legal demands we receive from federal law enforcement include secrecy orders, up to 3,500 in just 1 year. And these are just the demands on Microsoft. Add the demands likely served on Facebook, Apple, Google, Twitter, and others, and you get a frightening sense of the mountain of secrecy orders used by federal law enforcement in recent years.
So what we need is an investigation into what exactly is going on. We have the largest bureaucracy in the history of mankind. There's never been a human organization larger than the American federal government.
Why would you have that?
And so we need to know what the important parts of it, the parts with a lot of power, are doing in our name. We need an investigation. And today, at that hearing, at least one Republican member of Congress, Matt Gaetz of Florida, called for that.
The most watched cable news host has been stating for the last several nights that the NSA has been monitoring his communications. And amazingly, the NSA has issued a statement that is so couched, it is functionally an admission. And it's not like the NSA's never lied to us. I mean, we were told that there was no bulk collection of Americans' data. Turns out there was bulk collection of Americans' data. We cannot count on these people to police themselves. Join me in calling for an Inspector General investigation into any monitoring that the NSA or any other element of the intelligence community has engaged in relative to Tucker Carlson. Because these denials, these couch denials, raise more questions than they provide answers.
They gather the information and they threaten you with it. Information is power. The more they have, the more power they have over you.
Stop doing shit.
If they don't like your politics, it's a problem.
How about that?
So we do need an investigation. And tonight, the House Minority Leader, Kevin McCarthy of California, has called for that, an investigation by the House Intelligence Committee. We'll see what happens. Glenn Greenwald, meanwhile, is one of the people who is responsible for what we know about what the NSA does. He broke the original story of the NSA's mass surveillance under the Obama administration. He writes now for Substack. We highly recommend it. He joins us tonight. Glenn, thanks so much for coming on. So your position on this has remained consistent for more than a decade. American citizens, unless they pose some obvious national security threat, imminent national security threat, shouldn't be targeted by their own government for spying. Why is that not the position of everyone in journalism?
I wonder if I got a file.
That's a really good question. You know, it's interesting when I did the reporting with Edward Snowden in 2013 and 2014, liberals loved that reporting so much that they gave us every award that they have to offer. The Pulitzer, the Polk, the film that was done about my work with Edward Snowden was given an Oscar. I went up on the Oscar stage. They couldn't lavish enough prizes and praise on us. And now here we are after the Trump years, and we know that the Democratic Party and journalism in general has aligned with the CIA, the NSA, and the FBI, and has aligned and merged with the security state. And so in response to the report that you did, you would think other journalists, just out of self-interest, even if they dislike your ideology and you, would say, we want to know whether the NSA is abusing their powers in order to spy on journalists they dislike. And instead they mocked it. They said that, oh, he has to be paranoid in order to think this. And they took the NSA statement that I have seen over and over, Tucker, over the last 8 years, that is designed to mislead the public. They use their carefully constructed words to say Tucker Carlson is not an intelligence target of the NSA, which may be true, but what that leaves out is that there are so many other ways that they have to spy on the communications of American citizens without making you a target, without getting a warrant. They have huge authorities that really haven't been reined in since 2013 and 2014. I'm glad to hear Kevin McCarthy, other GOP leaders calling for an investigation, but the reality is that in bipartisan Washington, Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer have been joining with the likes of Kevin McCarthy and Mitch McConnell to expand the NSA, to kill any attempts to reform it. So these are kind of empty words.
I totally agree with that. Mitch McConnell's 100% on board with what they do. I got a number of calls and texts, one from Politico, asking me, well, who are you emailing? I mean, I think clearly you would never claim your emails are being read by the government unless you could prove it. Again, you sound like a crazy person. We can prove it. It happened. But now the line is, well, you must have been emailing the wrong people. I was under the impression as a journalist and an American citizen, I have the right to email anybody I want. Is that not the standard any longer?
Tucker, ponder the authoritarianism needed for them to say that. Think about the premise there. They're saying that if you talk to somebody that the NSA has decided should be spied upon, it means that that person, even though they've been charged with no crime and convicted of nothing, is up to no good. They're like a terrorist or a threat, and you yourself are. Also, the whole point of the reporting that we did is that the NSA spies on millions and millions of people indiscriminately. If you're a journalist, it's almost impossible not to talk to a target of the NSA. They target everybody constantly all the time. That's why they're this huge sprawling agency. But the authoritarianism that is pervading journalism says if you're talking to somebody the NSA doesn't like, you're a bad person.
And we're not going to put up with it at all. Once they have the information, then they threaten and control you, and that's what they were trying to do to us. Glenn Greenwald, I appreciate it and your reporting, which we.
What you gonna do, Tucker? Are you gonna sue? Who would you sue in that case? I don't think you can sue the federal government. Can you? Pence depart from Trump. What the hell? I'm reading them up from the bottom. Black Lives Matter. There we go. Case against Julian Assange.
Well, there's a break in the Julian Assange case. Right now, you know Julian Assange is being persecuted by the Democratic administration, Joe Biden, previously by Donald Trump's administration. Guess what? The key witness, and wait till you find out who this witness was. The key witness in Assange's case admits to lying in the indictment. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? Boy, the case was bulletproof up to now, though, huh, Ron? Boy.
Yeah, exactly. It's such a bogus, and that's why I've been reading up on this too, and I almost feel weird when I say the case is falling apart, even though that's true. The case is falling apart, but I feel like sometimes when you say that sentence, it's almost like there's an implication that the case was ever put together in the first place.
Yeah.
So it's like this ridiculous, bogus case that should have never even gotten close to this point in the first place has somehow gotten even more absurd to the point where you could not pitch this as a movie. And we're about to get into it.
A major witness in the United States Department of Justice's case against Julian Assange has admitted to fabricating key accusations in the indictment against the WikiLeaks founder. The witness, who has a documented history with sociopathy, can you believe this? Sociopathy, and has received several convictions for sexual abuse of minors and wide-ranging financial fraud, made the recent admission to having continued his crime spree whilst working with the Department of Justice and FBI and receiving a promise of immunity from prosecution. I really want to read that again.
Who is that?
The witness, who has a documented history with sociopathy and has received several convictions for sexual abuse of minors. And why? This is their key witness against Julian Assange. They got a guy who's got a history of mental illness like this and crazy sexual assaults that they're now going to give him immunity for if he lies about Julian Assange. Do you see how the United States government puts their case together? They're so upstanding. They're such good people.
Well, and there's more to it than that, too. He was an FBI informant against Julian Assange since 2014. And he, has committed numerous amounts of fraud. At one time, he was embezzling money from WikiLeaks themselves.
Yes, that we're going to get to that. That's in here. That's right. So this is exactly the kind of people the FBI work with on the regular. Just so you know.
Yeah,
when someone says FBI informant, a lot of times this is who these people are. They have criminals with criminal minds, and they're trying to frame someone. The FBI is. They're trying to frame someone so they get some smoke like this, who's committed sexual crimes, is going to go to prison for the rest of his life, and they tell him, hey, lie about this guy we're trying to frame, we'll let you off. And so they do. And he admitted that he kept his crime spree going while he was working for the Department of Justice and the FBI. Wow. Sigurdur Thordarson, that's the guy's name. He was recruited by the U.S. authorities to build a case against Julian Assange after misleading them to believe he was previously a close associate of Julian Assange. Hey, we need a star witness. Find us a professional liar who's been found guilty of embezzlement and sex crimes and has been an FBI informant.
You got any information on this guy?
In fact, he had volunteered on a limited basis to raise money for WikiLeaks in 2010, but then he was found to have used that opportunity to embezzle more than $50,000 from WikiLeaks. This guy that they're getting to testify against Julian Assange got convicted, got caught stealing from WikiLeaks. This is their star witness. WikiLeaks' investigation of the embezzlement is what led the young man to turn state's evidence. Jesus. Again, can't imagine that this guy wouldn't tell the truth about something. Can't imagine. Cannot imagine. One of the charges in the indictment of Assange, based on Thornton's testimony, is that he tried to hack into the computers of members of parliament and record their conversations. Thordarson now says, in fact, that Assange never asked him to do either of those things, because that would be a crime. But Julian Assange never encouraged anybody to commit a crime. So the thing that's supposed to be the smoking gun, turns out never happened, was made up by a serial criminal.
Serial criminal. These are more things from Drizzy. Cancel for him. Facebook bans top medic Dr. Ashim Malhotra over posting a reputable study saying children should not be forced to wear masks. Facebook bans top medic over mask. Facebook was yesterday slammed by a leading NHS medic it canceled for questioning the merits of children wearing face masks. Wonder why they do that. Wonder why Facebook would do that. Why would you ban a medic for saying kids shouldn't be wearing face masks? Why? Vatican hails vaccination as one of the greatest achievements of modern science. Seeks all-out effort to combat the myths and disinformation that are slowing vaccinations against the coronavirus. The Vatican is run by a bunch of satanic pedophiles. You better watch out who you follow. You better watch out. There's a Christmas song like that. Better watch out, better not cry. Gonna find out who's telling you a lie. Turns out the Democrats is mostly at fault. They lie to you daily, every night on the nightly news. Republicans are on to do it also. Trump made up his mind about running. We played that yesterday where Trump said, they said, have you made up your mind? He said, yes. I took that as Trump has made up his mind. Not an answer to, so the follow-up question should have been, well, what is your answer to are you going to run or not? The answer that he gave was, have you made up your mind? Yes, I've made it up. It's wordplay, man. It's theatrics. Statement warning against Democrats. Uh-oh. President Trump releases a statement warning against Democrats attorneys still in the election. Oh. Let's see what that statement is. Remember when they had this was their logo for the Democratic Party, was the rats? We played it, we showed it on the show. The Democrats are weaponizing radical left prosecutors against the Republican Party in order to steal elections. We cannot let them get away with this. They are destroying our country. Statement by Donald J. Trump, 45th President of the United States of America. The Democrats are not about the truth, the country, or the people in the country. The party of slavery is about power and always has been. Their attorney, Mark Ellis, has spent his last few years working to insert illegal drop boxes in elections across the country, so they could just stuff them with made-up fraudulent ballots and steal elections. Now they work to justify their fraudulent actions. Uh-oh. Sounds like Trump knows some things. I remember when this right here was on the Democratic Party, though. That rat. I showed it to y'all. The ones that remember it. Stacey Abrams. Joe Biden tries to inspire newly sworn citizens at naturalization ceremony, but ends up making no sense in jumbled word salad. Well, we could have told you that. Texas soldier who shot armed BLM Antifa protester in self-defense in Austin last summer, indicted on murder charges. Put me on your damn jury. Not guilty. The Iron Pentagon. Uh-oh. And this was what Biden come out with and said, our savings that you're going to get under the Biden administration on the 4th of July is 16, you know what it cost last year. You're saving 16 cents. Woo-hoo. 16 cents. Drizzy, are you doing that? All right, let me play this now. Pull that up. The White House is a Marxist clown show. The cost of a 4th of July cookout in 2021 is down 16 cents from last year. Martha, we can take that vacation for the 4th of July. We don't got to sit here and cook out. We save 16 cents, baby. We can go to Disney World. As gas prices hit a 7-year high, around $3 a gallon right now. It's up 42% from last year. Let's play it.
And oppose the American Rescue Plan, and I don't have time to read out all their names today.
Okay, on another subject, the official White House account tweeted yesterday, the cost of a 4th of July cookout is down 16 cents from last year. 16 cents?
There has been a reduction in some of the costs of key components of the 4th of July barbecue.
So
that was what the tweet was noting.
So does the White House think that 16 cents off a barbecue has more of an impact on people's lives than gas being $1 more this time? This 4th
I
of
would
July?
say if you don't like hot dogs, you may not care of the reduction of costs. You don't have to like hot dogs.
Can't buy a
But
hot dog for 16 cents.
a reduction
That's
of.
like a bite
I
a
will
hot
say that what we are most focused on is the fact that we've created now more than 3 million jobs since the president took office. That's what we're focused on, and continuing to implement additional components of his economic Build Back Better agenda. Go ahead, Andrea.
Just gonna switch gears.
Great.
This guy right here
Hot dog and oppose the American.
Liar. Let's see what Drizzy's got us. Let's see what this story is.
Right now, sir?
Yeah.
With the most recent hack by the Russians, would you say that this means
We're not
that...
sure it's the Russians.
Okay, with
I've
this most...
I got a brief as I was on the plane. That's why I was late getting off the plane. I got a brief and
Great.
all right.
Would you like your receipt? Do you know who it might be, sir?
I'll be in better shape to talk to you about it. Hang on a second. I'll tell you what they sent me. Okay. The idea, first of all, we're not sure who it is for certain, number one. And what I did, I directed the full resources of the government to assist in a response if we determine. What else you need?
Oh, nothing. You're all set.
Okay. And the fact is that I directed the intelligence community to give me a deep dive on what's happened, and I'll know better tomorrow. And if it is either with the knowledge of and or a consequence of Russia, then I told Putin we will respond. And
You didn't tell him already, sir?
no, I haven't called because we're not certain. The initial thinking was it was not the Russian government, but we're not sure yet. So.
What the hell is he even saying? We don't know. It wasn't Russia. We don't know. We don't think it's Russia. We don't know yet. What do you know? I don't know. You sure? Yeah, I'm positive. Uh-oh, here we go right here. Here we go. Revealed Gwen Berry's history of racially charged rape jokes and tweets mocking white, Mexican, and Asian people. An Olympic hypocrite. So let's... Uh-oh. I can't read them. These white children freaking themselves right out in this DQ line. In class and mugs, calling people out. White people crazy. So to all the females that go get drunk, get rocked by 4 dudes, Didn't cry rape this weekend. I'm about to rape my lunch. And this is the shameful Olympic ass clown, third. She placed third in the hammer throw event that turned her back on the national anthem, put a shirt over her head. Like she didn't know they were going to play the national anthem at the Olympics. She looks like a clown. She looks like a man clown. Get her off the team. At some point you become controversially famous. Make sure you literally never made a single mistake prior to that. Now this right here says the reason why so many extremely woke people turn out to have been bigoted in the past is because bigotry used to be the best way to bully and intimidate people. But now performative anti-bigotry is the best way to bully and intimidate people. An evolving tool set for sociopaths. Kevin Sorbo, I think he played Conan. He played somebody. I would rather see our Olympic team lose every event than send athletes who are ashamed to represent the country. I second that. Tell you what, let's do away with it. Stop spending our tax dollars fund it. I don't want my tax dollars sending that ass clown over there. My oh my.
Defunding the police. I'll also note, because you've asked this question before or a few times over the last several days, that when we talk about individuals in Congress
the one
and
we
their
played
support
earlier.
for funding or opposition to funding for,
Where Psaki was lying, trying to blame the Republicans for defunding the police departments. Anita Couchman, how you doing, young lady? Snow. Lucid recluse. Stay cool, bro. Da da da. Da 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 da. Let's see what else he's got on here. So I call it United Tragedy Response. He looks a little worried. Biden said, "See what we did to that building down there? You see what we did down there in Florida?" That's what I get out of that picture. I don't trust him. Trump CEO pleads not guilty. Trump holds Independence Day rally in Florida. That's at 8 o'clock tonight. Y'all make sure to tune in. We might play it. Probably play it tomorrow. We're getting back to the old way of doing things. I've taken back over the reins of this little operation. Flag snubbing activist athlete Gwen Berry's history of racially charged rape jokes and tweets mocking white, Mexican, and Asian people. She don't have no jokes about the black folks. Because she's a hypocrite. Ill-judged jokes about rapes. We just played that. And look at her sitting there. I'm just devastated. You placed third, bitch. 2 white girls in front of you. Bet that makes you feel bad, don't it? Yes, 2 white girls. Here, I can read these. I'm about to rape my lunch. Shout out to all the females that are going to get drunk, get wrecked by 4 dudes, and cry rape this weekend. At I throw, Mexicans just don't care about people. Just saw this girl wearing heels with white socks. What the hell? I always try to start new trends. Shame, girl. And she looks like a clown right there. Look at her. White people are so retarded when they are drunk. These white children freaking themselves in the Dairy Queen line. Big homie, a mess. Flat Earth. What's your name? Where you calling from?
to the old ways, except for there's one thing. I can tell you got the range of this operation.
That's right. You see how smooth this shit's running? You see how it's running? Smooth.
Yeah, all down the road, you done lost 2 damn wheels.
Smooth sailing.
Broke leg on your horse. Gonna have to put it down. Shit's just going awry.
Smooth sailing, Drizzy.
Damn mouse, I can't even win. I'm on a damn phone, Jay.
Look, I didn't know you was on there till I seen the mouse moving.
No. If you see that damn, oh, you don't know I'm on there, but half the time it pops up, you're like, hey, is that you?
Huh?
Shit, no, that's 136 other people that's on your damn shit. What? You can't hear me?
Yeah, I said, what'd you say?
I don't know. What'd I say?
I don't know, what'd you say? That's why I said, what'd you say?
Ooh, oh, shit.
Oh, I didn't hear
I
what
don't
you
know. I forgot.
I'm going through these,
So you're going back to the old ways, right?
trying to.
You gotta take that green screen down. You gotta throw away the damn controller.
I can't throw away the green screen.
If you throw away the controller and get off of Call of Duty for a whole day, then I may pop up on there and fix your shit or make it look real fucking nice. I'm gonna turn the tables on you because see y'all don't understand. The reason I ain't here right now is because he's too busy playing Call of Duty all the time. He don't want to do it no more. So it's Jamie's fault.
They know that ain't true. They know that ain't true, Drizzy.
Oh, they know it's true. They know it's true. You know how they know it's true? No, you know why they know it's true.
And Tifa, this is
So you wouldn't even
that.
let
See,
me-
look, this is that same story. This is the last story you put up here on the messenger.
That's the same damn story as the first one because you
I know.
didn't click the link.
Didn't click the link. I played the video.
You know how a while ago you couldn't play the video because it was a picture you thought, and I had to click the video and play it?
Well, no, that was the little boy getting beat up on the bicycle.
Yes, and you said, where's the video? It was right there, right in front of you.
Yeah.
Right there. All you had to do is click view.
Well, let's see what this is right here.
So I decided to call in and let them know why why even though it's going all shit twisted ways, why it's just a little bit nice, a little bit smooth, you know. I was also calling in because I was going to let everybody know what's going to happen on Facebook.
Tell them.
If y'all don't watch out, y'all better be watching and sharing this Trump shit, because y'all know Trump didn't win shit.
He didn't win. Joe Biden,
Person, he
81 million.
lied, all this stuff. Because if y'all go on Facebook and y'all sit here and share all this QAnon conspiracy,
Yep, you're gonna get took
they're gonna
down.
pop up you a message that says, at first it's gonna say something about you have I don't know, let me read it. I'm gonna read it from my post because see, I have a personal gain in this. So let's see. The first message you're gonna get is this: you may have been exposed to some harmful extremist content recently. Violent groups try to manipulate your anger and disappointment. You can now take action to protect yourself against others. That's the first one. That one's okay, right?
Yeah.
Then you get the second warning. And the second warning tells you have to take a class on Facebook. And then it can take 30 days for you to get your account back.
Yeah, they make you take a class.
Fuck it. I don't get my...
You got to take a class, and then you got to show proof that you took the class. And then it takes 30 days, right?
The cheat sheets are online. It's little bubbles you got to press, and it's like a little video that plays, and they'll ask you a piece of the video to make sure you're listening, right?
Did you pass?
Fill in the name. Did I take it?
Yeah, did you pass?
I didn't take it.
Well, your ass shouldn't be back on YouTube.
I shouldn't be back on Facebook. Because
Facebook, that's right.
The second one that you get comes out and says you've been permanently removed from Facebook for sharing extreme content. And that any of your information that's available to Facebook will also be available to government organizations if requested.
They got a Cobb County here in Georgia, Kennesaw State campus,
Hey,
a shooting
and if y'all don't
incident.
believe me about this, ask Jamie. He's seen all the screenshots. I ain't going to show him a show all of them because it's got my personal shit on there.
Yep. They took his ass down. Now I have seen other people posting that thing on Facebook, asking if saying you might have been exposed to extremists and shit like that.
Oh, well, that one wasn't so bad because that one I thought was funny. It was the second one they got me because I couldn't even download shit. I couldn't sign in. I couldn't download shit. I couldn't do shit.
Well, it's the people you hang out with, Jason.
I know. I wouldn't know who that fucker is.
I don't know.
But
I couldn't tell you.
We need to be splitting ways.
I couldn't tell you who he is. I wouldn't hang out with him.
I would say the motherfucker's been banned upwards of 9 times since the one getting
Yep.
shit.
I know somebody just like that. Good God-fearing person.
Oh, I do too. Yeah, I know somebody just like that don't like following the rules.
I ain't following them
And
damn
see,
rules.
here's the problem, right? Here's the problem. All of my shit says that I had, like, they'll even give you they'll give you like a little graph, right? Whenever you go to the page to take the test, it gives you a graph, and its graph shows like your unbalancedness, like when you start to change, right? Posting shit. And about a year and a half ago, my shit changed from posting regular shit to posting shit that was like pro-Trump and shit, and like just sharing the stats. And here's the thing about it. The only reason I got back, which I found out why, was because 3 of the posts that I was banned for that were streaming content, 2 of which was due to COVID, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, the ones that I shared was the Wuhan Lab, the Chinese websites about all that shit over in China, was the translated one. Those 2 got knocked away. They didn't give me a reason. And then the 3rd one was because I shared a Biden meme that was like, get Biden's greatest hit. And it's like making fun of him. So, say, bow down to your overlord if you're on Facebook. Make sure that you talk shit about Trump twice a day.
Yep. I
And
try to.
make sure that you thank Mark Zuckerberg and that you light a candle in his honor. That way, that they know that you ain't fucking around. Because, see, also, y'all don't realize this. Your phone's always recording you. So if you ever get reported for this shit, they could listen any time. And then the worst coming on. I done told you, Jamie, they listening to me.
Yep.
Tell you all the time, I'm like, you're going to get
That's
my
why I
ass
don't talk to
taken
you on
off
the
my
phone.
door because I know who the narc is, Jamie. I know.
Who is it?
I know who it is. Man, I'm telling you, I've seen this bald guy on the internet. I'm almost positive it's him because every time I pop up online, I get a message. Not sure what's going on, but I'm positive.
Well, hey, did you see that?
Not yet, but if I do find out, I'll let you know.
Did you see that where they're recalling Gavin Newsom in California, and the Democrats passed a bill to move
The
up?
recall election,
Yeah, the recall election.
Yeah. Well, they moved all the homeless out. Okay, they're supposed to move all the homeless out by the 2nd. Remember the other day I told you there was a murder in L.A. between the homeless counties, a love triangle. It wasn't really, but it was. And that guy got hacked to pieces.
Yeah, cut his head off.
Like that.
Yeah, you told me about
He
it.
cut his head in half. Cut his arm almost off. He chopped him up. Dude, it looked like one of them damn slap chops, when they get a hold of garlic. That's what it looked like. But anyways, that was the other day. Well, the thing is the sheriff of L.A. is one that has jurisdiction over it. He's not been wanting to clear them out, so the damn county sheriff has been coming in and doing it, and they've been bitching over this, saying that he don't have jurisdiction to it, even though he does. And he's the one that's been trying to get them out of there, right? Well, it was supposed to be July 2nd they were all supposed to be out. Well, now they've changed it to where they all got to be off of the beach by July 30th. But they started cleaning it up because it's summer, they got to make money. But they start cleaning it up. They've given them they went in today, and they cleaned up half the beach. They're going to clean up the rest by July 30th. They've got little posters where they're giving every one of them housing. Like any of them that's on intent, they're giving them housing immediately. As soon as they say, hey, we want housing, they're giving it to them. They're also putting papers up on the wall. I've seen them. You don't see some stupid shit that goes on in L.A. You don't know what I've seen them doing this morning?
What?
Spray painting a fucking tree.
Spray painting a
like
tree.
with a damn pressure washer. Like, they weren't cleaning it, they were fucking spray painting. They spray painted a tree, and then they were spray painting the damn shit that's all out there because it's all fucked up. Well, they didn't move all of them off. They were supposed to move them off a second, but they pushed it to the 30th. They're moving a little bit down at a time, right?
Uh-huh.
Here's the problem with that. The ones that ain't leaving the beach, they're just going right behind behind the beach on the second alley and moving there. And now the whole alley's flooded, but the beach is clean.
So they just moved it from the beach to the alley.
Yeah, it's behind the alley. It's like by a gold gym, like it's fucking flooded. But you ought to see the videos of these people and their tents. Looks like some of these tents look like fucking mansions. They got damn garages made.
The honorable member.
I've seen them big ass things for like cooking dinners. You have at a wedding. They've got like 3 of them damn things. They're all kinds of shit. But here's another one. If they do come up to your tent and they're going to take your shit, what do you think they're going to do with it?
Throw it in the trash can?
No, they're going to keep it for 90 days, and you can come and get your shit.
Oh, they're
They
confiscating
all the stuff for 90 days.
So they're confiscating in their tents and stuff. So these people are going to be, they're not only homeless, they're living in a tent. And now when they come in and take their tents, now they're going to be homeless. Extra homeless.
Exactly, because they let it get worse,
Because now they ain't got the tents no more.
They did something about it in the beginning. Now they're trying to do something about it. Here's the thing.
Hold up,
There's the judge of-
Drizzy. Hold up. Hold on, let me put you on hold for a minute. Hold on. Hey, Donnie, come down to the office. Hey, Donnie, come to the office. Hey, Drizzy. I got a trailer coming in. I was calling Donnie down to the office.
Okay. Now let's jump back to this. There was a judge a few months ago, right?
Yeah.
There was something came before the judge. Land development. He told him, he said, I will not approve any more contracts until something's done about the homeless. Because at first they were locking them up. And then what happens? They get out of jail. They go back, right? They were putting them in halfway houses. They were leaving the halfway houses. So the judge told him he wasn't going to approve any more land development contracts or any kind of contracts at all until something was done about homeless. So they decided to do something. Well, their first thing was that they were putting them in like homeless shelters, which I don't know if you know about homeless shelters, but they have to leave during the day and then it's only like a night stay,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's only
During
nighttime.
COVID, they could only stay gone for like 4 hours and then they were locked up the rest of the time. You get what I mean? No breaks, none of that shit. So that went on, and now they've moved past that to where they're actually giving them housing. Every one of them's getting housing. This woman was on one of these, being reviewed by places in Germany, I think, and she's like, well, I had a house until COVID hit, and she said whenever they took away the rent, where they started charging them rent again, she said, I knew I was fixing to be homeless, so I went to the city. She said, I got me a free tent, and I come out here, and she said, now I have a house. She said, I got an apartment, and it's going to be paid for 3 months. And she said, then I can refile and get 3 more months.
Hold on,
She
Drizzy.
said, I've gotten help back.
Drizzy.
Okay.
Hold on, let me go write this trailer up.
Anyway, she got help faster because, guess what? She went and she filed, well, she didn't file. She went and acted like she was homeless, even though she wasn't really homeless. She just got help easier. She didn't have to wait for, Section 8 or any of that shit. And that is the problem. That's the problem we have today. Because we wouldn't have this problem if they wouldn't have let them all out there. And if they was going to help them, they could have helped them then and done something then. And then it gets worse and people think they can get away with this shit. And a lot of them are out there just to party because most of them don't want to go to a house anyways. Shit, who wouldn't want to be on the beach all the time? Am I right? And while Janie's gone, I guess I'll find the next thing. Let's see. So you can go to German and Venice, you go to YouTube channel, and you go to his channel, and you can see some parts about the guy that got cut up the other day. He's got a video on his channel where they're removing the body, and it's on YouTube. You can't see the body, you can see the sheet. But it's on there, and he's got some...
He got cut up in the tent.
With the homeless people. Yeah.
Yeah, he got cut up in the tent.
It's German and Venice. It doesn't show the body on his face. It does show the sheet. But he's got interviews with the homeless. He's there with them. Black Lives Matter because they said that he ain't speaking truth because he says that it's nasty and they should be cleaned up.
Yeah. Well, hold on, Drizzy. Let me call Donnie down here.
I'm like, you go ahead.
Part of that trailer. So hold on, let me put you on hold.
I'm just looking up you some more links.
All right, send me some more links.
What I'm doing.
All right. Let me call Donnie right quick.
You go ahead.
All right. You hanging on or you gonna hang up?
Oh, hang on, because I got to tell you the list I got here.
All right, hold on.
Do it in order, because you ain't going to get a hold of me in a minute.
Hold on. Hey, Kelly, is Donnie up there? Kelly, is Donnie up there?
Hello.
Hey,
Yeah.
got a Stevens over here. Where you at?
I'm out here on the yard.
All right, I got a Stevens up front right here, dropping the loaded trailer.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. Hello, Drizzy.
Yeah.
All right, we're back.
I got you some videos, because I know you like videos, because, you know, when you got videos, what do you really got to do?
You're sending them on Messenger?
Yes, I am.
All right.
And if you give me just a second, I'm gonna have you linked right on that. Oh, here we go. This is explaining better. This is what you should have shared in the first place, because this would have covered the whole damn thing. So I'm gonna tell you.
Bush.
So here's the thing: you're actually making it through some damn shit today.
Oh, I'm getting through a whole lot of stuff today.
We should have made it through the damn whole thing. If I was around here, we would have had it like point A, point B, point C, and we wouldn't have made it through point A.
Oh, I tried to get you to set it up, and then I couldn't get a hold of you.
I had to chase the post office woman around the street because she left my package. So that's where I was. And lastly, okay, wait a minute. Let's pull this one up. There we go. There's a video on Fauci, but I'm going to hold that one off right now because we got some more shit on his ass that's coming out right, you know, that'll link up real good around tomorrow or whenever you feel Friday, you know. But that one will link up for a whole section for you, and I will line your links up, and I'll leave you straight up to where you can run through it, and you have a full, you ain't got to jump subject. You get me?
Well, hey, I might hold off and run these tomorrow on tomorrow's show because I'm at the 2 hour.
Listen to me. Each one of these are 30 seconds.
Yeah, but I'm at the 2 hour mark.
Fuck the 2 hour mark.
Well, hold on a minute, because Drizzy, my boss has done told me not to have these videos more than 2 hours because it takes so long to download them.
That gaming shit, if you want to lose your damn, you want to get a copyright strike, all hell to you. But see, here's the problem. This channel doesn't matter. 51 damn subscribers on this one.
Oh, there ain't no 51 on here?
We come back with the second one.
Come back with the second.
So,
Happy 4th of July.
Where you start at is you see are you in Messenger?
Yeah.
Okay, you see the chick in there that's got her eyebrow raised, looking devilish.
With the mask on?
Why do you still want a mask on?
I done played that one.
The Rita one, you went through that one.
The Rita Panay?
That tweet's been deleted, so don't worry about it because they removed it. So now you can go for the next one. You got Newsmax, then you got The Hill, right? Because in Alabama, a Democratic something was shot at. Did you hear about that?
Uh-uh.
Yeah. Nearly 2 dozen shots were fired into the home of Alabama Democratic State Senator. You ain't heard about that?
No.
Well, now you have, and you got the link there. So where do you start? You start at, do you see 536?
No, I'm watching this video right here.
Do you see Newsmax?
Hold on.
I'm trying to help these people out have a longer show.
Newsmax. You talking about which one?
The blonde-headed chick. See, if you actually finish this up, then I will consider what's tomorrow.
Tomorrow's Sunday.
I will consider. Wait, she'll be there 24 hours tomorrow, right?
Yep, tomorrow's 24-hour day for Jamie.
I will consider coming over here
minute. What trade on what time?
I call you and you say 10 o'clock, and then, oh, I'm dropping a 9 bomb right now. No,
I can't do it if I'm dropping 9 bombs.
9 bombs. No, I don't care if you're dropping a 15 bomb. I don't care if you're dropping a dick bomb. We starting at whatever time you say.
Hey, that's the video I played earlier where they hit that guy and made his ear bleed.
Which one are you looking at?
That one, the Rita with the eyebrow, where they attacked the street preacher.
They're removing the main video, right? But right under that one is the videos, and then you start from there, and you're good to go. And that all those videos together is everything you've went over.
The only thing I like about this, what I do like about this, is that they have video proof of all these people assaulting these bitches, and all of these people should be charged.
Oh, I got a video that came out a couple weeks ago, right? It was found through the Freedom of Information Act, because the January 6th shit is still locked up because they've started that damn investigation.
Well, that's four minutes on that video.
Huh?
That's 4 minutes on that video.
Well, you can skip through it. You ain't got to. You can watch the whole thing. Listen, what I'm telling you. They started the commission for the January 6th.
January 6th, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, January 6th commission on that insurrection thing.
Yeah. Okay, well, listen to this shit. They still have videos that they haven't released. And Freedom of Information Act is being denied. Releases are being denied due to, pretty much it's still being investigated. But the problem is, a pack of videos did get released, and in one of the videos is a guy, before it all starts, and right when they were up there at the Capitol, he's sitting there telling people, hey, this is Antifa, they're not dressed like us. The ones that are dressed like us are going to target y'all, and this is Antifa. Do not trust them. Y'all need to leave. Y'all need to go home, because this is Antifa, and we are being set up. The video wasn't supposed to be released, but it was. And it was being held by the FBI. They've had it since a week after they said that they scrubbed it off of social media networks. Oh, and also, you want to jump to Epstein for a second? There was a guy on TikTok that went to Epstein's island. He snuck on it.
Uh-huh.
Well, his videos went up on YouTube. I thought it was bullshit, so I looked into it. But anyways, he put the videos up on YouTube, and YouTube removed his account. So he created another account that removed it. TikTok removed his account, and Twitter banned his account. But he does have the videos up on another account right now.
What was he doing on there?
Huh? He was like going around there, because there's people living there, right? Like his family lives there. Not the TikToker. Epstein's family lives there, like currently.
Uh-huh.
And he was on there, like, being a peeping Tom and shit, and was recording all kinds of shit all over the island. Like, he got shit tons of videos. But he was releasing them on TikTok at one point. It's about like that video I sent you of that guy that was on the boat for vacation and, like, drove right by there and went right up to the docks. You remember me sending it to you? And that dog was trying to jump in the water with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then those girls got off the boat and walked up. That's Epstein's family. But just like Maxwell has also filed a motion that she should be released because
since
Bill Cosby got
yeah,
released.
like Bill Cosby.
And here's,
Like Bill Cosby?
Yeah, it comes down to the argument. And she thinks that the same argument that goes on with him, that it also, it's kind of the same for her, but it's not. And the second thing, everybody's sitting here saying that because the Supreme Court did not, because I heard you talking about that trans thing. But here's the thing about it. The trans ruling on the bathroom, the Supreme Court denied to hear the case. When they denied to hear the case, it fell to the federal court ruling, which the federal court ruled that trans people should be able to use the bathroom, which whatever sex they feel they are. Whatever you want to call it. They feel like they're a man, they should be able to go in the man's bathroom, no contest. Well, because the Supreme Court refusing to hear the case, it fell down to that ruling to the federal court, and so now it is legal for them to go in any bathroom they choose. Because the Supreme Court didn't hear it and didn't deny it, it falls down on the federal judge's ruling. I've seen people on Facebook and Twitter saying, Oh, how can
I
you
seen
win
that. I didn't play that.
whenever the Supreme Court denied it? Easy, because the ruling was in favor of the trans girl, guy, whatever the hell it was. So, there you go. We have crooked Supreme Court justices. We have crooked ones. John Roberts, I will send you some shit tonight so you can read up on it, because if you don't, then you'll see. But we got a whole bunch of crooked motherfuckers up in there.
We
And
do.
See, the problem is the Republicans are taking small, well, I'll send it to you tonight. The Republicans are taking these small wins and acting like it's a massive victory. The Democrats are rolling over them, and the problem is Democrats don't fight fair. They don't give a shit about the law. And us on the right, we kind of, we try to follow the law. We don't want to make a cop think we're bad. I don't give a fuck, but you get my point.
Yep.
So how are you going to win against evil if evil has no weakness? Because it's about like the ones that held their guns up to the Black Lives Matter people, the husband and wife duo.
Yeah, they went out and bought new guns.
Yeah, did you also hear that they turned over their weapons at first, right to the police? They covered the police faces up because they respect the police, even though those cops are violating the constitutional right.
When they violate the constitutional right, they give up their immunity to where you can sue them if you violate somebody's constitutional rights.
No, because they give it to them. They gave them to them without. In other words, they didn't argue. They just turned it over to them. You get what I'm saying? They voluntarily did it.
Yeah.
So there's that. But not only that, they also agreed to a plea deal, which bans them from owning firearms. I don't know if it's been like
Bans them from owning firearms because they posted pictures of the next day going out buying firearms.
Yes, I'll send you the link right now. Now, it may have been like, propaganda. But what I'm saying is the original plea deal was for them to not own any more firearms.
What's up?
Don't know how long it was, but they
What's up?
originally that he had filed.
Well, I talked to you on the phone.
Okay.
Yeah. You part of that lady?
Yeah. I got him a spot back there.
Okay. How many spots you got left?
But see, y'all should be calling in,
Well,
I
could
could
be
park
calling
over
in
here
here,
in front of
making
the
this shit go by
cars on
faster.
this side.
He would enjoy
I
it.
done put
He
two
wouldn't
of
have
them
to
right there by the ball globe.
And all the reason I'm on here
I mean,
is
I
to set
got
it
room
straight
for two
because,
more.
see, I'm not
Well,
going
I
to
don't want to take no more in if we can't take no more in.
Yeah.
I wish they'd come pick up one or two of them.
Yeah. Which will be nice.
All right.
All right, James, I'll talk to you
All right,
later.
Drizzy, I'll holler at you in a little bit. I'm going to play this one more video, and I'm going to wrap this up for today.
You should. Hey, which video are you on?
The memeology, you have been infiltrated.
Which one is it? Let me see this. Because that one's not really that important. Let me see here. Okay, yeah, that's the wrong. 1 second. Let me get these.
Which one?
I mean, I'm looking at it for you.
I see the police line where shots were fired into a Democrat's house.
All right, what you need to listen to, look at me. The main ones you need to watch is shit. This one right here is fucking, it's pretty comedic, but you have been infiltrated. Watch that one, but make sure you really watch the Two Americas one.
How long was it?
So you can finish those two. That one and the last one. I think it's like 2 minutes, maybe. Let me check. I'll see.
A minute 11.
It isn't long, but it's worth it. Trust me. It's
All
a
right.
minute. There's a minute on my end.
Yeah, a minute.
Minute 11 seconds. So watch those two, and there you go.
All right. Play these two, and then we're gone.
That's up to you. Hell, I talk to you at 10 o'clock because I won't hear from you until you heading home.
All right.
And you know what's going to happen tonight? I'm going to bed.
Me too.
Hey, also I fell asleep last night. Whenever I told you I'd call you back, I sat down and passed out.
I was wondering what happened to you.
And
I
couldn't
sit
help
up
it,
and waited.
That time, sister.
Sit up and waited and waited and waited. And I said, I can't keep sitting up. I got to go to bed.
And you said, well, you better call me back because I got to drive home. I said, I will. But shit, you know, seeing fireworks and all that, it got my adrenaline going, made me excited, and I got home and it all flushed out of me.
It was like an adrenaline crash.
Yeah, it was more than an adrenaline crash. I was. Never mind. I ain't gonna start that because it may be offensive to some people. I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, man.
Right.
Later. Cosby said all drinks are on him. A Seattle area Muslim, the Somali immigrant, boarded a bus.
You can drive, you can leave.
Boarded a bus full of kids.
How do you know? I'm Muslim, I'm covered, I might have a phone. So you can I might have a gun. So you might think that you don't know. People out there.
Hey! Someone better get here real quick.
Hey! 2017 accused Trump and his administration of being a domestic threat. Quite ironic, don't you think? That she's threatening people.
Lately, I have been triggered to the day 16 years ago when I became a U.S. citizen myself. And I had to take an oath to protect America from all threats, both foreign and domestic. I have been thinking, doesn't this domestic threat in our White House, who in only 2 weeks has signed the Keystone Pipeline Access Order, signed order for a Muslim immigration ban, is planning a border wall and a torture bill, need to be resisted? The threat in the White House has thrown people's lives into panic. People like you and I, men and women who have served and risked their lives for United States in Iraq, refugees fleeing war and persecution in Syria, Somalia, and Iran, among others. Like the poet Warsan Shira said, no one leaves home unless home is the mouth of a shark.
Right here.
I take pride in my complex American identity, and those who oppose me and oppose my loved ones and threaten my values and civil liberties have another thing coming if they think I'll just sit around. For me, resistance is the key for all of us in the next 4 years and beyond. We need to take direct action and protest.
Director of Equitable Development in Seattle's Office of Community Development. So we give this terrorist a job in the government. Brought me in. Noda was a snake.
What the hell? What is this? Like what? What?
Yeah, Don. What is it? Oh, that's a white penis. What? Don Lemon's got a white boyfriend. Husband, I don't know. Might be his husband. But you know what that is, Don. That's a white penis. Now, this is two Americas. Drew said we need to watch this video. Double Dutch. Memology 101.
When you have such a low level of
Delta
vaccination superimposed upon a variant that has a high degree of efficiency of spread, what you are going to see among under-vaccinated regions, be they states, cities, or counties, you're going to see these individual types of blips. The thing that's so frustrating about this, Don, is that this is entirely avoidable, entirely preventable. You're going to have areas where the vaccine rate is high, where there's more than 70% of the population has received at least one dose. When you compare that with areas where you may have 35% of the people vaccinated, you clearly have a high risk of seeing these spikes in those selected areas. It's almost like it's going to be two Americas.
Bruh. Which is all you ever hear about in this country is our differences. It's all they ever talk about. Politicians and the media always pushing the things that separate us. Things that make us different. That's the way the ruling class operates in any society. They divide the rest of the people. They keep the lower and the middle classes fighting with each other so that they, the rich, can run off with all the fucking money.
True. I seen Carlin before he died in Vegas. Great show. Well, we're going to wrap this up for today. Frank, you got 2 shows there, buddy. Back-to-back shows. Drastic Edge. Sorry, bastard. Vicky, Frank, Aaron, Faith, Periscope. Periscope's over there. Michael, Butch. All of y'all come over to the YouTube channel, Jamie Chapman. Click like and subscribe. Do a thumbs up and a comment on the gaming channel if y'all want to show tomorrow. Depends on how many comments I see over there if we do one tomorrow. Frank, spread the word. We will see y'all later.